What's up? This is the top 10 favorite moves of the NBA draft. I'm not going to go for Flagg, Harper, or Edgecombe in the top 10 since they would all be in here. They're all future stars in my book, so I kind of want to go for the untraditional, outside-of-the-box answers. The honorable mentions in this video are going to be Adou Thiero, Thomas Sorber, Max Shulga, Amari Williams, Javon Small, and Jahmai Mashack. I can go into describing why I like all of those picks if you want. Just ask in the comments. I also crashed out at number 1, so that's good. That's fun. This draft was full with juice. This draft was full of some money picks, even better than some other years that I absolutely really loved. Number 10, the Utah Jazz trading in for Walter Clayton Jr. This is days after the draft, but in making this video, the Utah Jazz just traded away Collin Sexton, and that's a beautiful move. Collin Sexton is terrible defensively. He's horrible. Yeah, he hustles, he works hard, but he just lacks physical tools, and he just gets targeted on defense. Nobody wants him. So even better, this is putting huge trust. It's putting more stock in Walter Clayton Jr. There's so much superstar, there's so much top-end potential in this class, but I actually think Walter Clayton can contend for Rookie of the Year because he's on the team where he's just going to have a pure green light and a ton of minutes to get off whatever shots he wants, and he's going to get a ton of volume because of that. He's not that bad on defense. He's smart enough to create turnovers. Yeah, he's going to be attacked defensively on screens, and that's a real concern, but the offensive shot-making talent here is absolutely immense. He's also really good off the ball. Obviously, he's even better on the ball. It's a guy with championship DNA. Such an efficient creator. The Jazz have not previously had a guy like him. They parted ways with just a few second-round picks, and it's absolutely beautiful execution from their front office. Obviously, there's a lot to clean up on this roster, but I think it's starting to decently formulate, and there's some pieces here finally. I totally doubt Keyonte George, Isaiah Collier, Cody Williams, Jordan Clarkson, and that makes the Walter Clayton pick even more valuable. Number 9, the San Antonio Spurs take Carter Bryant. It's an absolutely beautiful fit. It's absolutely sublime here. He didn't get a lot of shot volume in Arizona, so we don't truly know the extent of the offensive game, but defensively, we saw it. We saw the physical tools. We saw the understanding of the game. It makes him a day one valuable rotation player or even starter on the Spurs. The Spurs were begging. They were asking for this 3-and-D wing. It was an absolute need for them, and that's what you immediately get from Carter Bryant. We don't know the ceiling of the offensive game, but what we do know is he hit some really tough shots, even in the tournament, some really tough shots, and he was so efficient when called upon. Absolutely hit a home run. They nailed their 2 first-round draft picks. They'd be in this video twice if I included Dylan Harper in this list, and it makes for an immensely exciting future. Number 8, the Suns trading in for Mark Williams. And I understand this is not a pick, but it happened during the draft. It happened on draft night. We can include it in the video. The Suns traded a decent amount to go get Mark Williams, but if he can stay healthy, it's so impactful. Fans and teams constantly and consistently undervalue him. And the only reason that makes sense to me is if you question the ability to stay on the court with all the injury issues. But when he's on the court, he's awesome. He's just a huge winning presence. And then when you look at their pick situation, the 2029 pick, it's a little tough to part ways with, but without other first-round picks, they have to be good right now. Their pick situation from 2026 to 2028, all of those picks have these protections and swaps on them. So the fact you don't control the fate of your own first-round picks for the next 3 years means you have to compete right now. Mark Williams is a great option when you know all this, because you don't have any assets to part ways with 4 first-round picks and get some incredible player. Mark Williams is an incredible player if he can stay healthy on the court. You have to be good right now. There is no tomorrow, and if Mark Williams stays on the court, he's an absolute star. Number 7, the Sacramento Kings trading in for Nique Clifford. Nique Clifford is such a strong value at the pick they took him at. They traded a top 16 protected San Antonio 2027 first to get him, but that's really great value because that pick should be later on in the first round considering that San Antonio takes the leap we expect them to take, and it also can't be lottery as it's top 16 protected. The Kings saw OKC needed to get rid of the pick, and they executed this trade really well. Nique Clifford needs the ball to thrive, and he didn't see his game vastly improve until he got the star role with Colorado State compared to when he was at Colorado. You can't wait around with him like they did with Tyrese Halliburton, where you have to give him the ball and you have to give him the volume immediately. You have to make him the primary playmaker. Nique Clifford's defense is extremely impactful. His physical tools make it so he can guard 1 through 3. Malik Monk and Zach LaVine on this team right now are absolutely just dead wood. Moving forward, I think they go Nique Clifford, Keon Ellis, DeMar DeRozan, Keegan Murray, Domantas Sabonis. The West is extremely tough, but they've got core bench pieces. They've got Jonas Valanciunas. They got Jake LaRavia. They got Trey Lyles. I'm even really high on Dylan Cardwell, and I think it's enough to compete. But the point is, this pick was huge. Nique Clifford, he's got absolute dog in him. He's got absolute aura. This was an incredible pick, and it was such cheap value. Number 6, the Toronto Raptors take Collin Murray-Boyles. The only reason this pick isn't higher in this top 10 is because it was the simple move. It was the right move in this situation. Collin Murray-Boyles was so impactful for South Carolina. Before he was there, they were not a top 200 team on KenPom. That's insane because they became a top 70 team in both years he was there. Obviously, yeah, the shot has to improve. He's not that great of a three-point shooter right now, but he's a winner in a tough conference, and the energy he brings is undeniable. Collin Murray-Boyles is incredibly versatile. He brings super high basketball IQ. He's a tough finisher in traffic and a tough finisher in general, and the fit alongside Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram is immaculate. Murray-Boyles is going to elevate the Raptors' playoff push, and this was totally the right pick to take at this selection. Number 5, the Phoenix Suns trading in for Rasheer Fleming. Fleming somehow dropped to the second round. That's just bizarre. They traded the Phoenix Suns from 36 to 31 with a few other second round picks, but it was fair value considering Fleming would have been drafted before pick 36, so it was right and it was a good move to trade in and get your huge wing. It's just immense value. It's a beautiful pick. He takes up so much space on the court. He's fast. He's athletic. He's big. He's strong. Some people don't trust the 39% three-point shooting on 4.5 attempts per game. They don't trust it to continue into the league, but his free throw shooting also improved from his second year to his third year by about 10%. It was 74% in his third year. Even before the shooting improvement, I think he was a consensus second rounder. So there's such defensive upside and physical tools to value here, and I'm absolutely in love with this pick. To me, he was a top 10 player in this class. He's just awesome. He's phenomenal. The Suns are my only team to appear twice in this list, although to be fair, the Spurs would have also been in it if I include the Dylan Harper pick, but the Suns being in this video twice is absolutely shocking to me, because after they did that KD trade, I'm like, what are you doing with your franchise? And then on draft night, they ridiculously improved the outlook of their future. Number 4, the Orlando Magic taking Jace Richardson. Jace Richardson is an extremely beautiful fit in Orlando. He dropped decently far in the draft, and at the pick they took him at, it was absolutely just a steal. Orlando would have also apparently taken him at 16 before they traded that pick to the Grizzlies for Desmond Bane, but that means they were super, super high on Jace Richardson. Jace Richardson playing off of Bane, Paolo Banchero, Franz Wagner, it's just an extreme connecting fit. He's absolutely just a glue guy for the offense. He adds immediate IQ. He adds hustle, shooting, playmaking. Just a pure winner. He's got pure winning instincts on the court. Yeah, he's undersized, and that's why he falls. But I also believe if we took the 2005 draft class, we made it the 2025 draft class without knowing the future outcomes of players' careers. Chris Paul was originally picked at pick number 4. Would he have gone lower than that? Because I think so. We value size in today's NBA. Obviously, it's important, but we almost value it too much because sometimes if the player is that good, you have to take him. That's why I'm so high, ridiculously high on Jace Richardson. Number 3, the Charlotte Hornets taking Ryan Kalkbrenner. I love this pick. It's a top 3 move because of the value it brings. They took him in the second round, a top 10 player on my big board. I think he was number 5 or something like that. No, he wasn't. He was like number 6. But I'm so high on Ryan Kalkbrenner and the upside he brings this team. They just moved Nurkic. They just moved Mark Williams. Those are great moves because you were able to get value for Mark Williams, who obviously is an organization you don't trust. I'm still high on Mark Williams, but as an organization, the Hornets didn't trust him, and they already tried moving him for Connect. So trust is broken between those two teams, and you got a divorce. You clear all the minutes for Kalkbrenner, and unless they make another trade, Kalkbrenner is going to be their guy. He's a guy that's ready to play extremely impactful minutes right now. He can stretch. He's quick for his size. His standing reach and other physical tools that he possesses are just absolutely massive. He's just going to be so important on both sides of the ball. He doesn't need the ball to thrive, and for a team that needed front court consistency and stability, Kalkbrenner is a winner and a perfect fit. Think a high floor, but not only that, a high ceiling as well. Number 2, the Memphis Grizzlies trading in for Cedric Coward. This is crazy to put Cedric Coward as a move at number 2 because the Grizzlies traded up 5 spots. They traded from number 16 to number 11 with one of those picks in the Desmond Bane trade as well as a couple seconds. So they traded a first round pick to move up 5 spots. It's pretty pricey, but I doubt Coward would have fallen all the way to 16, so it's worth the trade up. But Coward is so good, and I already made a shorter style video on why I really like Coward. If you want to see more, just go to that video, but I see no reason to further comment here on it. Number 1, the best move of draft night was the Atlanta Hawks trading from 13 to 23. What are the Pelicans doing? For the Hawks, this was a masterclass in asset management. You moved down 10 spots. You land Asa Newell, who you wanted at 13. You took the same guy you wanted at 13 at 23. I don't love Asa Newell because there's defensive concerns for me. He's poor in isolation, etc., etc., etc. But what I do love is the unprotected 2026 first round pick. The better pick of the Pelicans or the Bucks. Come on, what the Pelicans or the Bucks? The first round pick? It was a fleece of the trade. I think Bill Simmons, he described it as one of the worst trades of the decade, and I have to agree. The Pelicans, it was terrible. The Hawks, on the flip side of things, you picked up a potentially top 5 pick first for free. Next year's draft class is going to be loaded. You got plenty of names of guys who took the NIL deals. They went back to college. Think Axel Lendenberg, Bennett Sturts, Miles Bird, Thomas Haw, and others as well. They all returned back to college. So I guarantee, no matter where this pick lands, you have the opportunity to draft an extremely productive player at this pick. This is by far the best move of the draft.